Hello everybody. So in this session, we'll be continuing with the numericals on support reactions. We went through a number of problems in the previous video sessions. So please go through all the problems and let this be a continuing session. So in the previous videos, we went through a number of problems with all other types of support. So here we have fixed support. Here end A has a fixed support and the other end B is free. So we call such an arrangement or such beam arrangement as cantilever. So where the other end is free and one of the ends will be fixed. So this is a fixed support. And again, you're supposed to find the support reactions here. You're supposed to find the support reactions or reactions offered by this particular support, fixed support. You don't have any support here. End B is free and end A has a fixed support. And we call such an arrangement as cantilever beam. Such beams are called as cantilever beams, where one of the ends will be fixed and the other end will be free. So let us follow the steps. Again, you are supposed to find support reactions. You have to follow the same steps. Step number one is to identify the type of support and mark the support reaction. So this is a fixed support. So if you have a fixed support in a particular problem, fixed support will offer three support reactions. Let us mark all the support reactions. This will be one of the support reactions in y direction, RA, and this will be another support reaction x direction, RAX, along with the moment about A. You can assume the direction of moment in either clockwise or anti-clockwise way. So end B is free. So we have identified the type of support and we have even marked the support reaction. Now, step number two is to draw the point load diagram. Let's draw the point load diagram. It's very easy in this case. It's a very small beam. Let me start from A. This is B. So you have RA, you have RAX, and a moment about A. Keep it as it is. That moment be drawn as it is. So this is a uniformly distributed load. So you have to convert uniformly distributed load into its point load. So this is how you convert. The point load, what you get from uniformly distributed load will act exactly at the center of the span. So this will be 1 meters and this will be 1 meter. The magnitude of point load will be W, that is the rate of load distribution, which is 10 here, into the span length, which is 2. So 10 into 2. So this is the point load which has been converted back from UDL. And you have another point load which is vertically downwards, right? This will be load. So this is all about the point load diagram. It's very easy in this case. Let us apply the conditions of equilibrium. We need all the three support reactions, RAY, RAX, as well as moment about T, So let us apply you have to apply all the three conditions of equilibrium. So let us apply the first condition, summation of Fx equal to 0. Summation of Fx equal to 0. There is only one force which moves along x direction, which is RAX. So RAX is straight away equal to 0. So we got one of the support reactions as 0. Rx is straight away equal to 0. Apply second condition of equilibrium. Summation of Fy equal to 0. Check the number of forces which moves in y direction. Ray minus 20 minus 10 is equal to 0. So straight away we can find the value of Ray as well. Ray is 30 kilonewton. Take these two to the other side. Done. So we got both the support reactions, Rax and Ray. We need the value of moment, which can be obtained by applying the third condition of equilibrium, which is moment either about A or B is equal to 0. So here A is the only support, so moment about A should be equal to 0. So Rax and Ray will not produce any moment about A. So this moment about A is to be found now. So we have assumed it to be in anti-clockwise direction. Let us consider it later. You have to consider this particular moment here to find. Now check whether this force of magnitude 20 kilonewton produces clockwise or anti-clockwise moment. It is always clockwise. So 20 into 1 plus, again this is clockwise, 10 into 4 minus MA. minus MA. This is the external moment in anti-clockwise direction. Include it is equal to 0. Take MA to the other side, so you'll get the value of MA, which is 20 plus 40, 60 kilonewton meter. 60 kilonewton meter will be the moment. So these are the three support reactions. Rax is 0, Ray is 30, and moment about A is 60 kilonewton meter. So these are the three support reactions. This is how you solve if you get a problem with the fixed support. It will be easy or easier than the previous set of numericals if you have fixed support. So let us continue with the next problem. I'll just share the screen and show the next problem to you. So this will be the next problem. Determine the distance x of load P, and the value of P is given as 2 kilonewtons from support A. Let us concentrate on the diagram as well. From support A, if the reaction at support A is twice the reaction about support B. So let me read out the question once again. Here there is a condition given and you are supposed to find the distance. From force P or load P. You can see load P here. This is load P. And this is A and B. It's not mentioned here. I'll draw it once again. So the left extreme end is A and the right extreme end is B. So A has a hinged support and B is supported B is a roller support. And you have two forces, P and Q. Magnitude of P is given as 2 kilonewtons and magnitude of Q is given as 1 kilonewton. And let us concentrate on the diagram. This distance from A to P, load P is x. And you're supposed to find this x. And distance between P and Q is 3 meters. And the total distance between A and B is given as 12 meters. So this is what is given here in the question. And you're supposed to find the value of x. Not RA, RAX, RAY or RB. You're asked to find the distance x. And there's a condition given. Support reaction or reaction support A is twice the reaction support B. This is the given condition. The given condition is reaction support A. RA is 2 times support. Reaction at support A is twice the reaction support B. This is the given condition. We'll be using this particular condition to solve the problem. Hope the problem is clear. You're supposed to find the value of x. This particular distance is to be found. The condition given is this. RA is twice RB. So in order to apply the conditions, let us go ahead with the steps. Step number 1 is to identify the type of support and mark the support reaction. So A is support at A is a hinge support. So hinge support will offer 2 reactions. So one in y direction, this will be RAY and this will be RAX. And support at B is a roller support, so it offers only one reaction. This will be RBY. So according to the given question, reaction at A is twice the reaction at B. So reaction at B is only in y direction. So in order to relate the reaction at B, you have to consider the reaction which moves in y direction only. You cannot consider Rx. As per the given condition, because there is only one reaction about B which moves in y direction, you can compare this with the reaction which moves in y direction only as far as support A is concerned. So the given condition would be RAY is equal to 2 times RBY. This can be the given condition. Or this is the given condition. See here, no need to draw the point load diagram once again because you have nothing to convert. RAY, RAX, even this is a point load, and even this is a point load. So all the loads are in the form of point load already in the question. So you don't have UDL, you don't have UVL, you don't have an inclined force. So everything is in the form of point load, so no need to convert it back to point load. No need to draw point load diagram once again because everything is in the form of point load. Our ultimate aim is to find the value of x here. This is the main difference. You have to find this distance x. So you have identified the type of support and you have marked the support reaction. No need to draw the point load diagram because everything is the form of point load. Now straight away apply the conditions of equilibrium. Straight away apply the conditions of equilibrium. The first condition is summation of fx equal to 0. Summation of fx is equal to 0. So let us see how many forces do we have which moves in x direction. It's only one force, which is Rax is equal to 0. It is Rax is equal to 0. Summation of Fy is equal to 0. Summation of Fy is equal to 0. Let us write all the forces which moves in y direction. Ray minus 2 minus 1 plus Rby is equal to 0. Now, to this particular equation, let me write it properly. I think it's not visible. Summation of Fy. So you have Ray minus 2 minus 1 plus Rby is equal to 0. So for this particular equation, you can apply the condition. As per the condition, Ray is equal to 2 times Rby. Ray is equal to 2 times Rby. 2 times Rby. Minus 2 minus 1 is minus 3 plus Rby is equal to 0. So this becomes 3 times Rby is equal to 3. Let me take this to the other side. Is equal to 3. Is equal to 3. Or Rby is equal to 1 kilonewton. Rby is equal to 1 kilo. Rby is equal to 1 kilonewton. You got Rax, you got Rby. Now it's time to find the value of x. It's time to find the value of x. So the value of x can be found by applying the third condition of equilibrium. Let me apply it here. By applying the third condition of equilibrium, which is moment about a is equal to 0. This moment about a is equal to 0. So since we have considered a, so Ray and Rx will not produce any moment about a. Check whether this force of magnitude 2 kilonewtons produces clockwise or anti-clockwise moment about a. Produces clockwise moment, so it is 2 into x. We don't know the value of x. Check whether this produces clockwise or anti-clockwise moment about a. Even this produces clockwise plus 1 into 3 plus x. 1 into 3 plus x. 1 into 3 plus x. Now check whether Rby produces clockwise or anti-clockwise moment. It is anti-clockwise. Minus Rby is 1. Let me straight away write it as 1. It is Rby which is equal to 1. Rby is equal to 1. We know that we have already found. 1 into 12. 1 into 12 is equal to 0. 1 into 12 is equal to 0. Now, here x is the only unknown in this particular equation. This becomes 2x plus 3 plus x minus 12 is equal to 0. So this will be 3x plus 3 minus 12 is equal to 0. So using this, you can find the value of, very easily you can find the value of x. It will be 9 by 3 or it will be 3 meters. X will be 3 meters. So easily you can find the value of x. So this problem is all about finding the distance. This is a different problem when you compare it with the previous set of numericals. Let us go through one more problem. I'll just share the screen and I'll show the problem to you so that we can solve it. It's not a different type, but it's better to go through. This is the next problem. So find the support reaction. Here again, you're supposed to find the support reaction for a beam shown in the figure. Just go through the drawing. You have a vertical member, extra vertical member. A small extra vertical member is being given to you, and along the vertical member, this particular vertical member, along the vertical member, you have a uniformly distributed load with a distribution of 3 kilonewton per meter. This is the only difference. Then everything else remains as it is. Everything else remains as it is. So let me just draw and show you the point load diagram of the problem. At A, you have a hinged support, and at B, you have a roller support. At B, you have a roller support, and you have a 5 kilonewton load, and you have UDL. The rate of load distribution of the lower UDL is 2 kilonewton per meter, and rate of load distribution as fast as the vertical UDL is concerned is 3 kilonewton per meter. This distance will be 1 meters, 2 meters, 3 meters, and again this is 1 meter. The problem is quite simple, it's not that complicated, but still, let me just take you through the problem. This is the question, and you're supposed to find the support reaction again in this particular case. So we'll follow the steps according to all the steps. Step number 1 is to identify the type of support and mark the support reaction. So support A or support at point A is a hinge support. It will offer two reactions, one in y direction RA and the other one in x direction RA x. Now support at B, this is point B. Support at point B is a roller support. It offers only one reaction, which is RBY. Now let us draw the point load diagram because you have UDL. Let us draw the point load diagram. Now to draw the point load diagram, you have to extend the same lines. This is the B, this is point A, this is point B, and you have a vertical member here. You have a vertical member here, extra vertical member. Now let us start marking all the forces. About A, you have two forces, RAY and RAX. Here you have a 5 kilonewton force which moves vertically downwards. And you have to convert this point load, this UDL into a point load. Point load will act exactly at the center, so it is 3 meters, it will be 1.5 meters and 1.5 meters. So its magnitude will be 2 into 3 kilonewton. So this is the point load what you have converted from this particular UDL. You have one more UDL here acting vertically. So even this has to be converted back into a point load. It acts in this way. It acts exactly at the center. So it is 1 meter. So this will be 0.5 meters and this will be 0.5 meters again. So magnitude will be 3 into 1 kilo. This is the point load drawing as far as this particular problem is concerned. As simple as that. So all the loads are in the form of point loads. Let me just take you through the calculation for the problem. So this is the point load diagram as we went through just now. So you have to apply the conditions of equilibrium. Summation of fx equal to 0. We'll get the value of Rx. Summation of fy equal to 0. And apply summation of moment about A is equal to 0. So you have to be careful when you find the perpendicular distance. It's 0.5 in the case of horizontal load. In the case of horizontal load, you'll get the value of RBY applied and get the value of RAY. As simple as that. So try to correlate it with the drawing and try to find. So we have completed almost all the types here. And you have one more problem. You have one more problem with two types of loading systems given together. UDL and UVL given together, which are placed one over another, and we'll be going through that particular problem in the next video. Thank you.